Welcome in now Congressman Seth Magaziner from Rhode Island. And unfortunately, Congressman, this is not something we want to have you or anybody else here for. As Dan mentioned, we hear about mass shootings in all different parts of the country, unfortunately, all too often. On the federal level, just tell us if you're hearing anything. We know the FBI is involved. What can you tell us about the federal resources being brought to bear here?
Well, this is a horrific tragedy. It's incredibly troubling, and our hearts go out to certainly the families of the two individuals who are killed and the others who are fighting for their lives right now, and for all of the Brown University students and faculty who are impacted by this. I've been in touch with the mayor, with the president of Brown, with the chief of the Providence Police and the state police, just to let them know that we are ready to help however we can in making sure that the federal government assists local efforts. In Providence, we have what's called a fusion center. This is an office that exists for the purpose of state and federal and local coordination on key incidents. And so I know that the fusion center is activated, that the FBI, the ATF, the Department of Justice are working now with state and local law enforcement on the investigation, and all working together to try to find the suspect as quickly as possible.
And it's really important for witnesses to come forward. The police cannot do this alone, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. You know, as everyone from Rhode Island knows, you know, this is an urban campus, and so you know, there are plenty of cameras around. But by 4 o'clock or 4:15 at night this time of year, it's already pretty dark out. And so while we know that law enforcement are going door to door, asking people to check their Ring cameras, check to see if they have any footage of the suspect, there really is no substitute for an eyewitness account. And so, you know, if anyone did witness the suspect or anything suspicious at all, it's better to err on the side of caution and contact law enforcement and tell them what you think you saw.
Are you in your? I know you said you reached out to the president of Brown and the local authorities. Are they getting back to you? Are they kind of like too deep into anything right now? Are you hearing anything back about what's happening? Obviously, there's a lot of moving parts because this is not over. Unfortunately, we have a suspect who is still on the loose after we're dealing with the fact that 2 people died and 8 others are in the hospital. Are you hearing anything about the efforts or what is happening on the ground right now?
Yeah, no, the communication has been strong. I mean, this is one of the benefits of being in a small state, right? We all know each other well. We communicate with each other all the time. We don't have to, you know, search down each other's cell phone numbers. We already have them. And so you know, I'm not at liberty to say anything that already hasn't been reported publicly, but the communication has been strong. And I think the most important thing is, you know, we're going on more than 4 hours, close to 5 hours now since the shooting occurred. And so it really is important for people in Providence, not just on the east side, but downtown and elsewhere, to stay home. Stay home. There still is a shooter out there. There may be law enforcement vehicles and other vehicles that need access to different neighborhoods. So this is a night to stay in.
Yeah, this often happens in Washington, D.C. Very often we hear about these shootings, these threats. We haven't had it here, but here at Brown University, right in our state capital, and the neighborhood around there is full of anxiety tonight. You are very familiar with that area. Are you in touch with any of your friends that are still in that east side area?
Well, first of all, I mean, look, I'm a Brown alum, right? I met my wife at Brown, like some of my best friends, and it's just horrible to think about how, for the students who are there now, this tragedy is going to shape their memories for the rest of their lives. And of course, there are 2 families who are going to lose their loved ones. Yeah, I've been in touch with friends and relatives and all the rest. I will say there's also been just a great outpouring of people, members of Congress from around the country who've reached out. Unfortunately, this has become all too common in our country. You know, we're all old enough to remember a time when school shootings were a very rare event. Now they're happening all over the country all the time. And so, you know, I've had many members of Congress reach out tonight, say, hey, I dealt with this same sort of thing in my district a couple of years ago, and offering advice and offering support and consolation. But, you know, unfortunately, in this country, this has become just far too common.
Congressman Magaziner, we want to thank you for joining us. Obviously, it's a difficult situation, as you said, an alum of Brown University. Unfortunately, another community touched by a mass shooting, as the congressman said. Talking to other members of Congress who have dealt with this. Rhode Island has not, but unfortunately it's happened here. We want to get back out